Chapter 2, Akin's Secret Journey. And so a week later, Akin set off for Offa to see the school Mr. Komolafe had described to him. Farmer Shegun had left for his farm before cockcrow and would not be back until sundown. Mama Akin was in bed with fever and was being looked after by her sister, who lived in the next compound. Little Ojo, who was 4 years younger than Akin, had gone to play with his friends. Now, said Akin out loud to himself, "If I can steal off to Offa to see their school." Akin had never been to Offa before and had no idea how far it was. All he knew was that the road by which Mr. Komolafe arrived on his bicycle would take him there. It seemed to him that he had been walking for hours and his legs were beginning to feel like wood. There was no sign of the town, just tall trees on either side of the road as far as he could see. The sun was getting high in the sky and Akin was beginning to think he could go no further. Then he turned a corner. He saw that the road led down a steep hill, at the bottom of which he saw a small town. At last, this must be Offa, he said to himself happily. His legs suddenly regained their strength and he ran quickly to the hill. On the outskirts of Offa, he came to a large building with a tall tower with a cross on top. Next to it were some low white painted buildings, and in a field in front of them some boys. He asked them if they could tell him how to get to the school. The boys looked at him as though he were mad. "What do you think this is, village boy?" one retorted, laughing at him. "Can't you see that this is the school?" "Oh," Akin said, "I didn't know. Please excuse me, but I come from Akoka and we don't have a school there, but I want to go to one so I can be like Mr. Komolafe, the sanitary inspector who comes to our school every Thursday. It was he who told me about your school." Akin was so busy tumbling out his words that he didn't notice the look of the surprise of his boy's face. "But Mr. Komolafe is my father. My name is Dele. I'm happy to meet you. So you want to come to school? Look, I will take you to the headmaster and see what he can do. After, we can go and have lunch in my house," the boy replied. So taking Akin's hand, Dele led him to the nearest of the white buildings. There he knocked on a wooden door and Akin heard someone say, "Come in." Dele opened the door and Akin saw a tall man with a white collar round his neck, sitting behind a table covered with paper. On the wall behind him were many other papers. "Yes, what is it, Dele?" the man asked kindly. "Please, sir, this is Akin. He has come all the way from Akoka. He wants to come to school." "From Akoka? But that's a long way. How did you come? Who brought you? We've never had anyone from Akoka at our school. The people there won't let their children come to school. How is it that your father has agreed that you should go to school?" Akin stood dumb, for he dared not answer the man's questions. Come, young man, speak," the teacher, Reverend Adejobi, urged. "I'm sorry, sir," Akin stammered, "but I came on my own. My father doesn't know I am here. I want to go to school so I can be like Dele's father, but my own father won't let me." With a gentle urging from Reverend Adejobi, Akin told the story of his discussion with Mr. Komolafe. Well, Reverend Adejobi exclaimed at the end. "You are going to be in trouble with your father for running away, but that can't be helped. What I will do is come and see him tomorrow. That's your market day, so he won't be going to his farm. I will try and persuade him to let you join our school. Meanwhile, you had better hurry straight home before you are in serious trouble." Akin and Dele left the headmaster's office. "I suppose you won't be able to eat with us," Dele said, "but I will tell my father you came." "Yes," replied Akin, "I've got to get home quickly. Thank you so much for helping me." Akin turned back down the road to Akoka. His heart was light, for the headmaster had promised to persuade his father to send him to school. The road didn't seem nearly as long as it had been in the morning. The sun was getting low in the sky. When Akin finally reached home, he was still so excited by his adventure that he had forgotten that his mother would be worried about where he was. As he entered the compound, he saw his father, who shouted furiously at him, "Where have you been? Your poor mother has been worried to death about you. Now you give me a good answer, or else I will peel your back. Akin started to explain, but he had hardly begun to tell about his visit to the school when his father seized him, took off his pants and thrashed him. Soon, a crowd had gathered in the compound, attracted by Akin's oaths. Farmer Segun, exhausted, stopped beating Akin and turned to the crowd. The boy wants to go to school and he ran away to Offa without telling anyone. His mother had fever and nearly worried herself to death about him. This beating will put these stupid ideas out of his mind. The men and women who gathered in the compound nodded in agreement. Farmer Segun pushed Akin, whose cheeks were streaming with tears, away from him. Now go to your room and don't come out till I tell you to do so. As the neighbors left for their own homes, Farmer Segun's cousin said to him, "You are quite right to be strict with that boy. He will come to no good if he does not listen to his father."